Hello, welcome to another Organized Sunday with Quill and Note, Stampin' with Laura. Thanks for joining me if you're able to come on live. If not, you're able to watch this at your leisure. So I like to come on Sundays and just give you a few tips on how to organize your crafting items, or how to organize any of the things that go along with that. So last week we were talking about how to organize handing out cards to people, how I do that for birthdays and things like that. And this week we're going to talk about a really fantastic product called the Clear Medium Envelopes. And it seems like a pretty simple item here, but we can use them in more than just the original way that it was intended. So the idea behind these is it's a great way to be able to protect your cards from the envelopes from getting messed up when you're delivering or sending them. And I like to once I've put my card in here, because I give cards with a sticky note inside rather than writing right on it, I like to be able to make sure that the person that receives the card is able to give the card as a gift to somebody else, so it can be reused. I'm into reusing. Hi, Mom. Thanks for joining me. So this is a great way. You can either put a sticky note with the address on the outside of the envelope, so you could write your address on here that you want to send that to, and then you can slide this, I grabbed two, slide this on in to our clear envelopes, and it fits the 5.5 by 4.25 cards perfectly. And then you just peel off this edge, seal it up, and then you can put your return address label and your stamp right on the front of the plastic. Okay, so that's one way. That's kind of the intended way to use these, but I'm going to show you another way to use these to help store some of your stuff. So they're a really great deal. You get 50 in a package, and I think they're about $8.25 for a package of 50. So they go a long way. But what we're going to be using them today for is to store some of our extra bits. So the card that we made on Wednesday was using the stamp set, Snailed It. And this is some of the designer series paper that we didn't use on the card that we made. What was the card that we made? We made this one right here. And I haven't made as many as I'd hoped. I got a little busy this weekend, but here's another one. We made our own background using a mask. And this is another one. So this is all in the same color scheme. But it also comes with some really beautiful designer series paper. And each side of designer series paper, or DSP, if you hear somebody say DSP, that means designer series paper. There's always two sides. And so this one has this really cute side, and then it has all of these hello in a bunch of different languages and these hearts. And so what I've done is I've used my snail dies, and I cut my 12 by 12 paper in half, and I used one 6 by 12 sheet, and I cut out all of the little hello, bonjour out. And so now I've got all of these ready to go onto cards. Now, where am I going to store those? I thought it was easier to cut them all out at once, and I'll save this piece of paper, or maybe use this side for another project. But what am I going to do with all of these little bits? So I'm going to show you. I'm going to slide this away. So we're going to grab one of our our envelopes, and where it opens, I'm going to fold this back, okay, just to give it a nice crease. And then what we're going to do is we're going to open up our stamp case, and we're going to peel off the layer that's holding on to our sticky side here. Let's throw that away. And we're going to tuck this just inside, and we're going to fold this back over so it sticks inside of our stamp case. Now I like to then, because it does flip back a bit, it's kind of meant to go that way, I'm going to grab some of my Stampin' Seal Plus, and I'm just going to put a quick layer of that on there so that when I have this folded down, it's going to stick to it, and it's just going to keep it a little bit more secure. So I've taken, if you just joined us, I've taken one of our clear envelopes, and I've folded it back. I've removed the tab that holds the sticky part in and stuck it inside of our stamp case. So now we have this awesome, did I put this on correctly? I think I did. Yes, I did. Now we've got this awesome little pocket. So now I've cut out all of these hello, bonjour from our, and it doesn't matter what it is that I've cut out, I'm going to keep all these bits in here. So if I felt like, you know what, I'm just going to stamp a whole bunch of these guys and die cut them out to color later, then I can tuck them all in there and be ready when I want to create with this set. So any bits and pieces that go with it, I'm just going to keep in there. So that's another way to use these. And it can also hold another piece. So I think I've shown you guys this one before, and I think it was with the sweet strawberry. So what we've done here, this is a punch that goes with this sweet strawberry set. It's an all-in-one punch. So there's 4 different things that get punched out every time you punch it. And maybe you don't need all at the same time. So what we've got here is, as you can see, I've got a pocket inside here, and it's holding a bunch of these stems because I cut out a bunch of those for a project that I was doing. And then I have cut out this punch just like this into this piece of thick paper. So I'll show you how this works if you haven't seen it before. If you want to be able to pre-stamp before you punch, but you want everything to line up, this is how you do it. So we've got our paper and it's already been punched, and we always punch upside down so that we can see what it is that we're punching. So as you can see, this lines up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take each one of these. So this is the strawberry, the outline along with the seeds, and I'm just going to place that inside of our punched out area. I need the stem, and there's 2 different stems on here. There's one that's fills in the color, and there's one that does the outside or the framing of it, and that's what we're putting in here. And then we need the flower as well. And again, this flower just pops in here. And we need the leaf. And the flower and the leaf also have an area that is colored in and one that does sort of the veins or whatever. Okay, so now we've got all of these and they're all just placed in there. And all we want to do is grab our block, come down, place that there, and now we can stamp this. Let's see if I have a piece of paper here. I do, and we'll just grab some of our black Tuxedo Black Memento ink, and I'm just going to ink up this stamp. There we go. And I'm going to come in and stamp it. There we have it. We've stamped that. Now we get to come in with our punch. And we can come in and it's going to line up for us because we've got it all in place. So now we're going to stamp this out or punch this out. Okay. Now, of course, every time you do that, you could get another stencil, but I've made one, and that's what we're going to do is we're going to also, so now I have all these bits that I can now color in. I'm going to pop them into our little envelope, and I'm also going to pop this in, and it's there for next time that I want to use that. So that is another way to use the clear medium envelopes, and it's a way to keep everything organized. Otherwise, you're going to have bits and pieces all over the place, and you'll be cutting out things that you've already cut out in the past that you didn't actually need to cut out. So if you're sitting watching TV one night and you want to cut out a whole bunch of things to save for future projects, this is a great place to save them, and then they're ready for the next time you make a card. I hope that that was helpful for you today, and I hope you take care until we see you again on Which One Wins Wednesday.